Okay, guys, this is my second writing in the past couple days after 30 years of not writing. Fools, those who make their 5-year plans. We aren't guaranteed tomorrow, and these robotic creatures are placing their attention on a world thousands of tomorrows from now. What ignorance is this? How arrogant one must be to assume death awaits the accomplishment of their lofty goals. What vainglorious mindset is this? How did we arrive at a point in time where such presuppositions are considered not only normal, but necessary to a fulfilled life? Who benefits from such tomfoolery? Surely not the person who, instead of being satisfied with the magical moment in front of him and all the endless possibilities that come with it, is bound by their allegiance to whatever preoccupation of the mind at an earlier point reared its head and made itself the endpoint to be reached in a distant world of tomorrows. Mostly, it seems, these goals are centered around material gain and for the pleasure of consumption. This, the yearning of a physical manifestation, must create much anxiety and anticipation, distancing him even more from the magical here and now. How difficult it must be for the one not living in the moment to have to wake up each day and, reaffirming that the most important step she will take that day is the one that gets them infinitesimally closer to this fantasy than the day before. What allotment was made in these plans for failures, setbacks, and any number of obstacles life tends to throw in the way of such arrogance? How many sacrifices must be made to fill the yearning of the ego? Because once such a grand scheme is conjured, rarely can one keep it to himself. No, for such an egoic state of mind, it is necessary to tell as many as possible how great their achievements will be thousands of tomorrows from now. This only strengthens the reserve of such pompous creatures. Their heels dig in even deeper with every retelling of this fantasy. The goal has now become an obligation. Such a burden must be hard to bear. Why would one do this? Why put themselves in such a precarious position to predict the future and be the sole factor liable in seeing it becomes reality? Do they consider how tall the trees will grow and how many stars will fall in this time? Do they realize they have chained themselves to a past idea, a past notion of who they were back when such commitment was made? Is there no immunity granted or forgiveness realized should the future not bring what every day henceforth is set to bring about? What lofty a goal brings about such a state of madness that one would commit an incomprehensible number of unpromised days?